Gwe Akipjilidak. Hello and welcome once again to the beautiful Pictou County Wellness Center here in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. My name is Michael Petter. This is Petter Sports and Streaming Services, and this afternoon we have for you our next game at the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament. And in this one, we've got a game in the A division between the Bedford Blues white team and the Pictou County Crushers. This tournament, of course, in honor of the lives of John Allen McDonald, Donald Gladwin, Sean McKay, three players from the 1983-84 Scottsburn Dairy Bantam A team who were killed in a tragic motor vehicle accident, along with Sean's mother, Lee Marie McKay. Before we get any further into the introductions, however, it is time to acknowledge that the Pictou County Wellness Center, the entirety of Pictou County, and the entire region covered by all the teams in this tournament, which goes right from one end of the province of Nova Scotia to the other, all lie within the ancestral unceded territory of Mi'kmaq. And we are underway here at the Pictou County Wellness Center, and I would like to begin as well by apologizing through the first two games that the A Crushers have played. Number 16 out there on the ice right now, Rousel. I was mispronouncing that name through the first two games. And so, Rousel, I am very sorry that I got it wrong. There was no ill will or offense intended. The challenge in a tournament like this, when you're seeing a lot of players for the first time, and I haven't covered the U15A team all season, but when you see players for the first time, and you don't get a chance in a tournament like this to sit down and talk to the coaches ahead of time and go over pronunciations and things like that, there are going to be mistakes that occur from time to time. So I do apologize for that. There's a shot, save, rebound, and a score! 49 seconds into the game, and the Bedford Blues get their first goal just that quickly. The initial shot, the save was made, but I'm pretty sure it was Kyle Frizzell who followed up and got the goal. And again, anytime I am making an error, please do send me a tweet and let me know. It's at Petter, PETTERPC_sports on Twitter, or you can reach me through Facebook. Search out facebook.com, and then, or it was Maddox Payne who got that goal. Kyle Beto with the assist. So again, Maddox Payne from Kyle Beto at 49 seconds to give the Bedford Blues white team an early lead. And now the Blues also get a power play on a penalty taken by Jaden Chislett. So the penalty coming at 1 minute and 8 seconds. So the goal at 49 seconds, the penalty at 1:08. Penalty taken by Jaden Chislett for boarding. The puck rolls in onto Holden Cogan, who is getting the start for the Bedford Blues. And for the Crushers, it is Quinn Wilson getting the starting goal. So Cogan and Wilson, your starting goaltenders in today's game. Again, if I'm getting anything wrong, Twitter at PetterPC_sports, PETTERPC_sports. Facebook, it's facebook.com, and then search for Petter Sports and Streaming using the ampersand for the and. And then you can also go to my website, petterpictousports.ca, PETTERPICTOU sports, SPORTS.ca, and you can send a comment or a message through that website and tell me what I'm getting wrong. Tell me if I am pronouncing something wrong. Give me a pronunciation guide if you can. And the only way I can fix a mistake is if I'm aware that I'm making one. Speaking of mistakes, in the last game, I mentioned that the 1:30 game for the Pictou County AA Crushers had been canceled. It turns out that that game has now not been canceled. It will be played against Northside at 1:30. The information that I got from the tournament director's was incomplete. And through no fault of their own, through no fault of my own, just the way the information ended up coming out, it turns out that the 1:30 game will take place. It will not be canceled. However, we have some good news as well. Well, I mean, not that that's bad news, but we have more news on more games that we're going to be streaming. Because the Weeks Majors and the Bombers Bombers have both had their games postponed today. They were both supposed to play against teams from down in the valley here on the main sheet of ice at the Wellness Center, as Rolston has to wait for people to get onside. Now they finally do, and they bring the puck into the zone, do the Bedford Blues. Puck comes back to the line for McDougall. McDougall with the shot. That gets blocked, and it's cleared down the length of the ice by the Crushers as the penalty expires. Because those two games have been postponed, if you look at the tournament schedule online, the games from 4 o'clock on that are originally scheduled to be on the Bell Arena, we are 99% sure that those 4 games, starting with Chiboucto versus South Shore in the A Division and on through to the 8:30 game tonight, will all be moved to this sheet of ice, so we will be able to have them streamed here on Petter Sports and streaming through AO Live, which means instead of getting 2 games that are not part of the tournament on Petter Sports and streaming, you'll get 4 games that are part of the tournament, which means I'm going to be that much closer to having no voice by the end of the weekend. Such is the peril when you're the play-by-play guy doing a 20-some-odd game tournament over 3 days. And that doesn't even count, of course, for me, it's just 20-some-odd games. That doesn't even count all the games that have been taking place over on the other sheet of ice. Got to give the Pictou County Wellness Center crew a ton of credit as well. They've done a great job of keeping the ice in great condition so far here this weekend, and we know they'll keep doing it for the rest of the weekend as well. Blues here, and should mention as well, the Bedford Blues come into this game with a record of 2-0. They've won both of their games so far. The Pictou County Crushers have had some struggles this weekend to this point. They're 0-1-1. A 2-2 tie against Chiboucto Green. A 5-2 loss yesterday against the South Shore Lumberjacks, bringing them to the 0-1-1 record. They need a victory, and they need some help to try and make sure they get themselves a spot in tomorrow's semifinals. Meanwhile, right now, here's Dill with the puck waiting, and it is dumped in deep. Dill going in after it, but getting to it first for the Crushers was Como. He set it off the boards for Jaden Chislett. Chislett gets it out to center, but then it's knocked down, and the Blues come right back in. Dill has it knocked off of his stick, and Seymour will come out. Eli Seymour trying to get a pass through. That goes off the skate of Roberts, and now Ferguson will fire it down deep into the Blues zone, picked up there by Hugh McGilvery. McGilvery, fans on his first pass attempt, recovers and gets the puck up to Dill, and Dill will work his way up the right wing. Dill takes it all the way down into the corner, cuts to the outside against Carter, throws the puck to the front of the net. There's Roberts with a shot, save, rebound, and the whistle blew prior to the puck crossing the line as the net had been knocked off of its moorings. So no goal as the net was knocked loose prior to the puck going in. And the referee in very good position there to make sure that he got the call right away. And no argument whatsoever from Bedford on that one, as they recognized that, yep, the net was loose. They kept playing until they heard the whistle, which is what you're supposed to do. And as soon as they heard the whistle and realized why it was called, no attempt to try and argue their case or anything. Now here's Beto with the puck. He loses control of it. And coming the other way, Rousel. Puck goes out to center, comes back in again. Now Rousel gets it back down into the zone. Pass intercepted as it goes off the foot of Kennedy. And it rolls right in onto Kogan, and Kogan will cover up and hang on for the face-off. With 9:06 left to go here in the first period, the Bedford Blues leading it by a score of 1-0. Looking next door, it's a 3-3 tie about midway through the second period in that game. Also in the A division, between Antigonish and Pictou. Antigonish right now with a record of 1-0-1. Pictou 0-0-1. They have a tie in their game against the Crushers. Antigonish with a tie against Halifax and a victory over Sydney in their 2 games. So they've already got 3 points. And that score is tied at 3 in the midway point of the second period. Here's Fitt bringing the puck in. Takes it down into the corner. Tries to get a starting pass out for Irving. That pass just out of Irving's reach, and it'll be picked up by Neal. Neal gets it to the line, but no further as Campbell knocks it down there. Irving gets to it on the near side. Avoids a hit from McLean, but McLean able to take the puck. He'll play it around to the far side for Neal, but stepping in and intercepting there is Colin McDonald for the Crushers. McDonald lost it down in the corner to Charlie Hogan. Hogan plays it around to the near side for Frizzell. Stepping up, though, is Anderson as he ties up Frizzell along the wall. Puck ends up on the stick of Mike Irving. Irving has it knocked off his stick by Frizzell. Irving has to go back, chase it down, gets to it, gives it to Fitt. Fitt tries to feather a pass through, but that goes off of a foot. Ends up being overskated there by Flynn, and Fitt will pick up. Has Ferguson coming with him. Fitt with a nice move there. Fitt with a backhand shot. Puck is loose, and oh my goodness, the Crushers with a glorious chance, and I think it was Payne. No, it wasn't Payne, it was Dylan Flynn with a big play to clear that puck away from danger. Dylan Flynn with a massive play, keeping his team ahead by a single goal. Now Flynn gets the puck, brings it into the Crusher zone, fires a shot. That goes off the stick of McDonald. Now in behind the net, McDonald fires it around the far side wall for Ferguson. Ferguson avoids one hit, gets the puck to Murray, and here comes Jake Murray up the ice. Murray gets a shot away, save made, and the rebound will be cleared away from the front by McGilvery. Coming back out front, there's a shot, save, rebound is loose, and the puck bounces in onto Kogan, and Kogan makes another save and hangs on for a face-off. 7:01 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 the scoreline. Just looking over, still tied at 3. Again, that's Antigonish and Pictou. For Pictou, they have one more game. That's the 4 o'clock game tonight. For Antigonish, this is their final round-robin game. If they get at least a tie and end up with 4 points, that should theoretically be good enough to get them into the semifinals, depending on how everything else plays out. If they get a victory and end up with 5 points, that could very well be enough to get them first place, although there's a couple of teams who still are 2-0 waiting to play their third game, so somebody might end up with 6 points, but the 5 points should definitely be enough if the Bulldogs get at least a tie in that one, or if the Bulldogs are able to get the win in that one. Here's a chance, and they score! Eli Seymour, as the Crushers created a goal-mouth scramble. Eli Seymour able to finish it off with 8:31 gone in the first period, and we are all tied up at a goal apiece. Big goal there for the Crushers. Ties it up at 1. Seymour with the goal. We'll wait for confirmation on the assists. Here comes Rousel with the puck now, After saying it wrong all day yesterday. Gotta train my brain to get it right. Jake Murray with an assist on the goal. And James Ferguson. So again, Eli Seymour from Jake Murray and James Ferguson at 8:31 of the first period ties up the game at a goal apiece. Crushers ice the puck here with 5:52 left to go in the first period. I should mention once again, for the 4 o'clock, 5:30, 7 o'clock, and 8:30 games, and if you go to the tournament website or the tournament Facebook page, those games are all listed as the Bell Arena. We're 99% sure that we're going to be able to move them all over to the Sobeys Arena because the Warewell Bombers and the Weeks Majors games have both been postponed due to the road conditions down in the Valley. In fact, the Crushers were down in the Valley last night. They still haven't come home yet. There's a big save made there by Quinn Wilson as he was going across the crease one way and got the back pad kicked out the other way. Now a pass intercepted by Rolston. Rolston with a shot. Another save made by Wilson, and he'll hang on for a face-off. 5:26 to go here in the first period. Just finishing that thought from a moment ago, the Pictou County Junior A Crushers were down in the Valley yesterday for a game against the Junior A Wildcats. They still, as of about 45 minutes ago or so, still hadn't come home yet from that game last night, as the road conditions down there have been atrocious, to say the least, and that is why both Wildcats U15 and U18 major teams are not coming to Pictou County today. Weeks fans, the game will be moved to 6:45 on Tuesday, 6:15 warm-up, 6:45 puck drop, and we will have that game on Tuesday night for you here on Petter Sports and streaming through AO TV. There's another goalmouth scramble, and the puck is cleared away as far as the line. McDougall with a shot now. That hits a body in front. It was Frizzell, and the puck comes to the near side boards. Carter will get it out to center. Flynn back to pick up in his own line. Throws it off the wall far side. Henderson looking to get a pass to try and spring his man Fit, but couldn't get that to connect as there was a defenseman in the way. Now Fit has it knocked off his stick by Frizzell. Back into the Crusher zone. Henderson plays it over to Carter. Carter gets it ahead. Fit gets his stick on it momentarily, but then the Blues get possession, send it back down into the Crusher zone. Henderson sends it back out. Picked up there by William McLean. McLean sends it into the Crusher zone. Henderson tries to get it back out again. It goes off of a body. Now it's picked up by Roberts. Roberts looking to get it over to Dill, but that's broken up by Carter. Carter's pass. Roberts got a piece of it, but Fit still able to get on the puck. He'll send it the rest of the way down the ice. Going in after it there is Campbell, but taking it away from him is William McLean. McLean able to get it ahead for Dill. Dill working his way up the right wing. Gets taken into the boards by Anderson. Nice play there by Anderson. And Anderson ends up coming out with the puck, being chased by Dill to try and win it back. Dill wasn't the one to get it, but another Blues player, Roberts, did. But Roberts ends up losing it again. Flipped out to center. Roberts knocks it down there. Trying to get the puck under control. He finally does. Brings it in across the blue line. Now sends it over to the far side for, I believe that's McDougall. No, that's Haverstock, excuse me. No, it wasn't Haverstock either. It was Quinn. No, it was Beto. There we go. Hard to see the single-digit number on the sleeve there when I couldn't see the number on the back. Beto now gets the puck. Plays it down into the corner. And it's picked up by McDonald. Colin McDonald plays it around to the near side corner for Murray. Murray gets it ahead for Seymour. Seymour is tied up immediately by Gillis before he can clear the zone. And now puck to the line. Roberts will kick it back in deep. McDonald goes and gets it below his own goal line. Being chased there by McGilvery. But the Crushers do get it out. Pass ahead for Murray. Murray can't get the puck to sit for him. And now Dill will send it back the other way and go off on a change. Ferguson picks up below his own goal line, ends up overskating the puck. And instead, Seymour will come down into the corner to get it, tries to make a pass. It goes off of Payne and ends up with McDonald. McDonald plays it off the wall and down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing with 2:12 left to go here in the first. Next door, we see that the Antigonish Bulldogs have taken a 4-3 lead now with 2:11 left to go in the second period. And again, the Bulldogs with 3 points through their first two games. So if they can get the victory and get up to 5 points, that will be enough to clinch them a spot in the top four. What spot exactly they'll get still has to be determined depending on the outcomes of the rest of the games today. And for tomorrow's games, which game ends up being on this sheet of ice and which semifinal ends up being on the other sheet of ice, still also to be determined. In part, if in both divisions, if the Crushers make it to the semifinals, presumably the Crusher semifinal will be the one that will be played on this ice. However, if the Crushers don't make it to the semifinals in one division or the other, how it gets determined which semi is on which sheet of ice, that is up to the tournament organizers. That is not in my purview of control. Stepping in to get a shot away there is Hogan. His shot doesn't get through. Crushers Rousel able to get it ahead for McKay going after it in the corner, has it knocked away from him, but Rousel following up on the play, picks up the puck, takes it down below the goal line, in behind the net now. Rousel to Carter into the final minute of period number 1. Carter drops it back to Rousel again. He loses control of it, but Haverstock will get it, plays it around to the far side, knocked down behind the net by McKay. It goes up the wall, and Neal will get it out. Played it ahead for Rolston. Rolston has it knocked off his stick, chases it down again, gets it into the Crusher zone. Frizzell keeps the puck in. Frizzell pass to Neal, and Neal with the redirect, and he scores. It's 2-1. What a redirect there by Logan Neal with 30.8 seconds left to go in the period. Nice pass by Kyle Frizzell. And Neal puts the Blues back out in front. 2-1 now the scoreline with just a few seconds left to go in the first period. Fitt gets to the puck. And so we get confirmation that Frizzell is the only assist on that goal. And if it should be Frizzell instead of Frizzell, again, somebody please send me a message and let me know. The way I look at it, because it's a double L at the end, that's why I'm going with Frizzell. First period comes to an end. The Crushers outshoot the Blues in that, the Blues outshoot the Crushers in that period 9-7. The Blues also outscore the Crushers in that period by a margin of 2-1. And after 15 minutes of play, it is the Bedford Blues white team 2, Pictou County Crushers 1. Just a quick change of ends here between the first and second period. We'll have a full intermission between the second and third. And so, all right, just looking to see, yeah. All right. Just with so many changes to schedules today, I'm just taking a quick moment to double check. Oop. And see. All right. All right, just making sure no other changes are being thrown at me here. All right, everything looks good. Second period is underway. Blues get the puck, play it off the wall. Henderson can't quite get the puck, but Carter does. He'll play it across to Fitt. Fitt ahead for Irving. Irving deflects it down into the Blues zone. Back to get it there is McDougall. Now it's played out to center for Dill. Dill has it knocked off his stick. Roberts following up, but the puck had gone out and then was brought back in again. And so we'll get an offside with just 24 seconds gone here in the second period. Again, as we look at the standings, the Bedford Blues white team coming into this game with 4 points already. If they get at least a tie, they are pretty much guaranteed. Or if they get at least a tie, they are guaranteed of a spot in the semifinals. If they get a win, they're definitely guaranteed of a spot, obviously, in the semifinals. If the Crushers are able to get a victory, however, then the Bedford Blues would be blue team would be finished with 4 points, and it would depend on how everything else plays out. For the Crushers, they have 1 point so far through their first 2 games with a loss and a tie. They need a victory, and then they need some help in the form of the Antigonish Bulldogs losing. They would also need, let's see, in the Halifax game against Cape Breton West, they would need Cape Breton West to get the victory in that one. Chebucto against South Shore, they would need that game to end in a tie, and they would need the Brookfield to beat, or actually the Brookfield-Sydney game would not have an impact on the Crushers' chances. But the Crushers need a win, and they need help, including Antigonish losing the game that's on the ice right now in order for them to have a chance to make it into the semifinals for tomorrow morning. Ferguson gets the puck in across the line as Haverstock is there watching him. Also right there is Hogan. Hogan gets it out to Rolston. Rolston plays it across there for McGilvery. McGilvery now gets it to Rolston down in the corner. He goes to make a pass back, but it's only Ferguson, the man there for the Crushers. He'll dump it in, and it's kicked away by Cogan. As the Blues gather it in, almost 2 minutes gone here in the second period. That one goes just out of the reach of Kennedy. Close enough that, or no, not close enough that it's an icing. They've reached the end of the second period next door, and they've traded goals again. It's now 5-4, still for Antigonish. And again, the Crushers need Antigonish to lose that game. That game has to end with Chibukto winning for the Crushers to have a chance even. Again, the Crushers, to get to the semifinals, need a win. They need Antigonish to lose, and then they need more help beyond that. Depending on tiebreakers and everything else, they need a lot of things to go their way to try to get into tomorrow's semifinals. Otherwise, this will be their final game in this 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament. Blues with possession. Puck played ahead to Neal. Neal with the redirect. It's knocked down there by Chislett. Now here comes Flynn. Flynn into the zone. Has it knocked off of him. And the puck cleared out the other way. Kennedy now. Not able to maintain the puck. Flynn looking to get it out of the zone. It's into his feet. McDougall in there as well. Puck is cleared out to center. Chislett will play it across to Como. Como gets it ahead to McKay, who deflects it down. Now Flynn right back out to center again. Como gathers it up. Taking a look at his options. Goes to play it ahead. And it's gathered up by Roberts. Eric Roberts working his way in. Cuts to the middle. Takes a shot. Save is made. And the puck is underneath Quinn Wilson. And he's able to squeeze the pads and hold on for a save. 3:12 gone here in period number 2. Okay. Just a quick note. Kess. Lucas did 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Kess so far. This is his 1, 2. As the Crushers get the puck, get it out to center. It's gathered in there by William McLean of the Blues. He plays it off the boards. Irving will be the first one on it for the Crushers. He'll play it back over to Carter. Carter ahead for Fitt. Fitt can't get beyond Gillis. And now Haverstock with the puck. Haverstock gives it back to McLean. McLean gets the pass ahead for Dill. Dill into the zone, trying to get beyond Fitt. Dill still on it, gets the shot away, and yes, they score! Blues get another one here with 3:48 gone in the second period, and it's now a 3-1 scoreline. Dill getting the puck to the net, and then I believe it was Gillis who finished it off. We'll wait for the official word to be sure. But I believe, Dill will get an assist, and I believe Haverstock will also get an assist on that one. Again, we'll wait for the official word to be certain. As the puck rolls in right on to Holden Cogan, and he'll hang on for another face-off. 11:06 left to go here in the second period. Face-off will be to the right of the Blues goaltender. Irving wins the draw to Fitt. He plays it back to the line for Carter. They announced it as Beto unassisted. I'm pretty sure it was Gillis, not Beto. We'll see if that gets changed. But for now, it is Kyle Beto's goal, and in that case, it is his second goal, or second point of the game. And now Dill on the wraparound puts the puck off of the stick of Quinn Wilson, and then it bounces up into the air and over Wilson into the net. And so Dill, who I thought got an assist on that last goal, gets a goal himself here at 4:26, and it becomes 4-1 for the Blues. And 2 goals in the span of 38 seconds of playing time turn a 2-1 game into a 4-1 game in favor of the Bedford Blues White. And Dill's goal unassisted. Now here comes a chance for the Crushers. Murray coming in. Murray all alone. Murray with the shot and a huge save made by Kogan on the breakaway. Now the pass knocked down by McDonald. McDonald coming in, gets a shot away. Another save made by Kogan. Puck is loose. McDonald has another shot and Kogan with another save. And he'll hang on for a face-off now. 9:50 left to go here in the second period. Great chances for the Crushers to try and come back within two, try and stem the tide of this Bedford team that put up 2 goals in 38 seconds just a couple of minutes ago to open up this one. Was 2-1 for the Blues, now 4-1. And again, for the Blues, a victory, and they are guaranteed to be playing tomorrow. For the Crushers, they need a win and they need some help to get into tomorrow's semifinals. Puck played ahead there by Frizzell. Frizzell now does get it out to center. Anderson there to knock it down. He plays it back into the zone. Waiting for it was Gillis. Gillis will take a look. Now he'll play it ahead to Frizzell. Frizzell avoids one hit, then comes in, gets a shot away. That goes up high, and they score! And Quinn Wilson showing some frustration after that one. Comes in way up high in the air and floats down into the net behind him. It's now 5-1. 9 minutes left in the second period. And the next goal is huge in this game. Crushers will make a goaltending change here. Coming out is Quinn Wilson. Coming in, Jordan Jameson. And just not Wilson's day. Every goaltender has one of those days from time to time. Even the best in the world have games where it just doesn't go their way. And for Quinn Wilson, today was that day. Kyle Frizzell with the goal. Haverstock gets the assist on that 5th goal. And the goal again coming at exactly 6 minutes of the second period. Now, again, we mentioned the next goal is huge, and here's the reason why. Right now it is a 4-goal margin. If the margin reaches 5, we go to straight time. If it hits 5 during this second period and then goes back down to 4, we would revert back to the traditional stop time. But if it hits 5 and then we get to the third period and it's still 5, or if it hits 5 in the third period, it would then be straight time for the remainder of the game from that point. If the Crushers are able to get to within 3, obviously that gives them a little bit of breathing room before having to worry about straight time. But here comes Roberts coming in. Roberts gets it over for Dill. Dill loses control of the puck. Roberts with a chance, and able to get a piece of that one is Jameson and steer it aside. Now Jameson able to freeze the puck, and he'll hang on for a face-off with 7:52 left to go here in the second period. Third period about to begin next door. And again in that one, Antigonish leads it over Chibukto by a score of 5-4. An Antigonish victory would be enough to eliminate the Crushers regardless of the outcome of this game. A Chibukto victory would keep the Crushers alive, but they would need to win this game to have a shot again at tomorrow's semifinals. There's McDougall with a shot, the save made. And coming in to try and pick up a loose puck was Rolston. But he is met by a red wall to deny him from getting in onto Jordan Jameson. Haverstock in to take the draw against Irving. Haverstock wins it back to Flynn. Flynn gets it down the boards. Rolston looking to the back door for McGilvery. That gets directed away, and now Campbell will play it up to Fitt. Here comes Fitt, cutting to the outside. Tries to get a pass for Irving. That was a little too far ahead of him. Campbell gets his stick on the puck, and now Fit to it down in the corner. Gets it to Campbell out in front for Irving. But that pass just a little bit out of his reach. Irving got a stick on it momentarily, but then it was batted away by Kogan. Puck played out to center, dumped right back in. Picking up for the Blues is Flynn. He'll play it off the boards out of the reach of Rolston. Henderson sends it back out to center. Fit can't get a stick on it before McGilvery gets there. It's played across to the far side. Fit races over to pick it up. Sends the puck towards the net. It's cleared away. Rolston now will make the pass. It goes off of McDougall's skate and ends up on the stick of Fit. Fit for Campbell. And Campbell with the one-time chance ends up putting it wide. Slams his stick on the ice in frustration as play continues on. 6:35 left to go here. Second period. Irving had the puck come out to center ice and then brings it back in. Now Flynn and Campbell with some shoves after the whistle. And Campbell, I think, is going to take the penalty for the one extra shot. Actually, they're both going to go to the penalty box. It's going to be Campbell and Flynn with coincidental penalties here at 6:30, or with 6:30 remaining in the third period. And we're not going to see the signals of what those penalties are, but slashing, roughing, take your pick. Coincidental penalty, so we'll continue to play 5-on-5 for the next we'll continue to play 5-on-5, and those players will be in the box for the next 2 minutes plus while they wait for a whistle after the clock hits 4:30. Played out to center by Neal. Down the ice, Anderson back to get it. Anderson takes it behind his own net. Out he comes, now lost his footing. Gets the puck up to Ferguson. Puck is turned over just inside the blue line as the Blues get it. Roberts comes out. Here comes Roberts, working his way up. He's got Neal with him. Roberts, backhand shot, save made by Jamieson, and the puck is cleared away from the front of the net. So it's 2 each for roughing after the whistle is the penalty call there at 8:30 of the second period. Meanwhile, battle along the near side wall. Puck flipped up high into the air. McDougall tries to knock it down but is not able to keep the puck onside, so out to center it comes. 5.5 minutes left to go here, second period. Neal in across the line, takes a bump from McDonald. Gets the puck to Haverstock. Haverstock looking back door. That pass a little bit behind his intended target of Frizzell. Played back to the line. That attempt to get the puck back down low, knocked down by Murray. Now Murray loses the puck, but following up on the play here is Seymour. Seymour will get it over to Ferguson near side. Ferguson gets around Hogan. Can't get around Haverstock, however. And the puck goes down to the corner. Hogan able to pick up there. He takes a bump from Seymour, but gets the puck around to Frizzell. Frizzell will get it out to center. Out to get it there is McDonald. He plays it off the boards. Murray will chip it the rest of the way down into the zone, where waiting for it was McDougall. McDougall will play it off the boards and down the ice. Back to get it is Anderson. 4:39 left to go. Anderson gets the pass ahead for Murray. Here comes Murray in across the blue line. Murray cuts to the outside, gets a shot away. That goes high, comes all the way up the boards. McDonald able to get to it, keep it onside, send it back down low. Ferguson now fires a shot. That gets deflected, goes wide of the net. Seymour behind the net. Ferguson also back there, but Haverstock will be the one who gets onto it, plays it around to the near corner. McDonald there, gets it down. It comes out to Murray. Murray with a shot. Kick save made by Kogan. And now the Blues look to get the puck out of the zone, but Ferguson, nice play to keep it onside. Now it's cleared out. 4 minutes left to go here, second period. Dumped in by Anderson. Going back to get it behind his own net is McLean. McLean comes out the right wing side and starts to work his way up the ice. McLean trying to get a step there on Kennedy. McLean still with it, throws it towards the front of the net. Nobody in white there to pick it up. And it comes all the way to the near side boards. Rolston now will gather it in for the Blues. Tries to make a pass. That gets deflected. Goes to Rousel. Rousel not able to get the puck to sit for him. And now it is sent back in deep by Rolston. Anderson below his own goal line. Turns it over to Dill. Dill with a shot and the save made there by Jamieson. Not kept onside as Hogan couldn't quite get to the puck in time, so the Blues had to come back out and touch up. That gives the Crushers a chance to get the puck back out to center again. Rolston knocks it back in. Anderson sends it right back out again. Nearly 3 minutes, or just over 3 minutes left to go here in the second period. Puck played back in deep. Chislett will get it ahead for McKay. McKay plays it back down to Chislett. Chislett now looking to clear it up the near side wall. Shot taken by Hogan. Save made by Jamieson. Henderson will clear it away from the front of the net. And Anderson launches it down the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing call. 2:45 left to go. Meanwhile, next door, Antigonish has extended their lead. It's now 6-4 over Chiboucto Green, as some of the pieces starting to fall into place a little bit here as to who's going to be playing tomorrow. Still a lot to determine as far as which game is going to be on which sheet of ice, what the matchups exactly are going to be, first of all, as there is still plenty of game left to take place today, but we're starting to get a bit of a sense of who might be involved in those games tomorrow. What the matchups are going to be, that's still very much up in the air, and then which matchup is on which sheet of ice, your guess is as good as mine. Kennedy not able to clear the zone. Como now with it, trying to get away from the pressure of Neal. Takes it behind the net, reverses his field. That gets him away from Neal, but doesn't get him away from McGilvery. Now the puck is cleared up ahead. McKay gets it out to center, feeds it ahead for Kennedy. Kennedy cutting to the outside against McDougall. Gets taken towards the boards, sends the puck towards the net. McLean plays it, and then it's kicked into the corner by Cogan. Kennedy behind the net now. Kennedy battling there with McDougall. Puck ends up coming to Haverstock. Haverstock works it ahead. Chislett not able to hold the puck in at the line, but Kennedy comes and picks it up, brings it right back in again, fires a shot. That's steered aside by Cogan. Over to the far wall. And the Blues will get it out to center. 1:33 left to go here, second period. Played down into the Crusher zone. Chislett back to pick up. Neal coming in on the forecheck. Gives Chislett a bump, but Chislett able to skate right through that. Keeps on going. Now sends the puck off the far wall. Fitt will pick it up in stride. Here comes Fitt. He's got Irving and Campbell. Campbell across for Irving. But that pass a little bit too far to his right. If it comes to his left side, Irving's able to get a good one-timer away, but Irving a left-handed shot instead of a right, and so therefore couldn't get, or had to reach to try and get control of that puck. Now here's Fitt with it again. Has Irving up with him. Fitt, nice little move to get away from one player. Fitt tries the toe drag and ends up losing control of the puck, and it ends up being played out to center by the Blues. Under a minute to go here, second period. Dill, what a play by Dill. Dill waits, shoots, scores! Oh my goodness, that's a beauty goal by Adam Dill. I just about said Michael Dill, as that reminded me of a goal by the former Crusher, one of the all-time greats for the Crusher organization at the Junior A level. In fact, the all-time leading scorer for the Crushers. And that play by Adam Dill there, very reminiscent of Michael Dill and his time playing on this ice with the Crushers organization. In fact, one of my favorite memories of calling Junior A games was involving Michael Dill. I was down in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, when the Crushers were on the road for a game, and Dill set the new record for all-time career assists by a Crusher as we were doing the broadcast, and I started screaming to make sure they got him that puck that set the career assist record. And took them a while on the ice to figure out what I was talking about. That's Dill's second unassisted goal of this game. So it makes it a 5-goal game, which means we will play the third period at straight time with it being a 5-goal margin. So every stoppage in play, the clock will just keep on running through the third period. 4 goals in that period, all by the Blues. Turn a 2-1 game into a 6-1 game. Shots on goal in the period for the Blues, 14, by the Crushers 5. The two-period total 21-14 for Bedford. And so the score 6-1. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for the third period in just a few minutes. You are watching the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament here on Petter Sports and Streaming Services through AO Live. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the third period. And again, because it is a 5-goal margin at this point, the entire third period will be run straight time, which will get us back on schedule. We were a couple of minutes behind getting this game started. The 1:30 game will take place. I had mentioned it earlier that the 1:30 game we thought was canceled. And when I was given that information, that was the information that the tournament organizers thought it was going to be. But it has since changed. The entire team of the Northside Vikings was not disqualified from the tournament. Only a couple of their coaches, so they do have enough coaching staff to play the third game, or their third game. And so the AA Crushers and Northside will play at 1:30. And then we're hearing that the 8:30 game, we're hearing conflicting reports from different people. So the latest that I was told is that the Glace Bay Straight Richmond AA game, which is scheduled for 8:30 if you look at the tournament schedule, has been moved up to 4 o'clock and will move to this sheet of ice. We're hearing from other people. We heard that from one tournament organizer. We're hearing from some of the building people that all 4 games from 4 o'clock on that were scheduled for the Bell Alliant rink have been moved over to the Sobeys rink. So basically just stay tuned. We're going to broadcast whatever games get played on this sheet of ice and take her from there. McKay with a shot. That gets kicked away by Holden Cogan. And again, this third period will be run straight time with a minute and a half gone. There's a shot taken by Roberts, and that gets steered aside by Jamieson. Jamieson came in relief, and so far has stopped 6 of the 7 shots that he faced. Now stopped 7 of the 8 as a dangerous chance there for Adam Dill. And if anybody watching from Bedford knows if Adam Dill is related to Michael Dill, please do let me know, because I'd love to know if there is that connection there. And another save made by Jamieson, and he'll hang on for a face-off. And again, with it being straight time, the clock will continue to run here. Out come the Crushers. Rousel able to send it ahead. And the puck cleared down the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing call against the Crushers. Clock continuing to run here. 2.5 minutes gone in the third. I was asked by one of the parents here, when I do get names wrong, what sort of a reaction do I get? And 99.99% of the time, the reaction is very nice. It's by the way, this is how it should be said, and the 0.1% can be broken down into basically one story from back when, to show how long ago this was. This was at the U15 level. And it was a kid whose name I was told, and I even had time to ask the coach, and he told me the name was Fanoof. And so when I announced a goal scored by Dion Fanoof, the grandfather came down and lost his mind at me that it should be Fanoof, not Fanoof. There's a shot, and what a save by Jamieson. And that was very, very early on for me as well. And that was, I was doing PA announcing in the building. I was not doing broadcasting like I am now. But at the U15 level, I got this kid Fanoof's name wrong. It should have been Fanoof, not Fanoof. And the reaction I got from that makes me a little hypersensitive to whether I get names right or not. I always try to do the best I can, but if I do get a name wrong, I do want to make it perfectly clear it's not mockingly, or it's not, intended to offend in any way or with any sort of ill will. Icing against the Bedford Blues here as the third period carries on. Our next game, again at 1:30, will be Pictou County against Northside. Quick look at the out of town, or not out of town, but the next door scoreboard Antigonish leads 6-4 with 11 and a half seconds left. And again, if that score holds, which I can't imagine that it won't with only 11 and a half seconds, the Pictou County Crushers will be mathematically eliminated. Of course, they would need to come back and win this game, would have needed to come back and win this game to even have a shot anyway. And that would be a very tall task considering it's a 5-goal deficit and we're playing running time. Fit with the puck, throws it towards the front, and it gets gathered up there by Rolston. He'll get it over to McGilvery. Here comes McGilvery coming in. McGilvery has the puck knocked off his stick. Nice play there by Carter. Now Fit gets taken to the outside by Flynn, but Fit able to stay with the puck. Fit comes in, gets tangled up with Flynn again. They both go down in the corner, puck underneath them. Still battling for it. Puck is squirted free, and it'll be gathered in by Roberts. Roberts working his way ahead. Brings the puck in. Roberts cuts through the defense, takes the shot. That goes wide. And the game next door is now a final 6-4 in favor of Antigonish over Chiboucto. And the Crushers are mathematically eliminated from a chance to make it into tomorrow's semifinals here in the A division of the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Tournament. Antigonish finish with a record of 2-0-1 for 5 points. They finish with 17 goals scored, 7 goals against. And that will be enough to get them into the semifinals. Now it's just a matter of what placing they will get and who they will face and which sheet of ice they'll be on. All of that still very much up in the air. And as soon as we have that information, obviously we will pass it along to you here on Petter Sports and streaming through AO Live. Here we've got 8:12 left to go in the period. That pass a little bit behind Ferguson. Picked up by McDougall. He'll send it into the Crusher zone. Anderson picks it up there for the Crushers. Turns and tries to clear, but he can't. Now McDonald will come over and get the loose puck. McDonald trying to get away from the forecheck of Neal. Puck comes out to center. Gillis there waiting for it. Tries to play it back down, and it's knocked down by the Crushers. Ferguson coming into the Bedford zone. Takes it all the way down into the corner. Loses it to McDougall. McDougall will play it around to the far side for Neal. Next game on the sheet of ice over on the Bell side, it'll be also the Antigonish Bulldogs, but it'll be the AA Bulldogs after the A Bulldogs just finished off a victory. AA Bulldogs taking on the Dartmouth Whalers next door. That game getting going, scheduled for a 1 o'clock start, so we're a few minutes behind schedule over on that sheet of ice. Here on this sheet, we're going to be able to get back onto schedule with this game going in running time here. 7:12 and counting left to go here in the third period after the offside against the Crushers. And with the Bedford Blues white team looking like they are going to get the victory, they're going to finish their round robin with a 3-0 record. Brookfield Elks will have a chance to match them when they take on Sydney later today. And if those two teams do end up tied with 3-0 records, then obviously the goal differential will be the first tiebreaker that we look at. And for the Bedford Blues right now, at this exact moment, including the 5-goal lead they have in this one, their goal differential would be 12. Brookfield so far has a goal differential of 5, so they would need to win by 7 or more in order to surpass the Brookfield Blues white team into first place for the semifinal seeding. And Rousel with the puck now. Rousel throws it towards the front of the net. Kennedy couldn't quite get a stick on it. And it'll be cleared away by Bedford. Under 6 minutes left to go. Pass gets broken up by Comeau. Comeau sends it in behind his own net. Getting to it is Chislett. And Chislett able to get it out to center, but dumped right back in again by McDougall. Comeau over to get it. He'll take it behind the net. Plays it up for Rousel. Rousel lets it go up to Kennedy. Kennedy out to center. Working his way ahead, cutting to the outside against McDougall. McDougall takes Kennedy into the corner. They continue to battle there. A couple other players come in to join the fray, including Haverstock. Now 6 players all in that corner, battling to work the puck free. Referee telling them to move it. They keep jamming at it. Now it comes free. It comes to Carter with a shot. And he ends up putting that one, where'd it go? Again, up over the glass and out of play. And so we'll get a stoppage with 5 minutes and counting remaining here in the third period. And as much as you don't like seeing games be one-sided in one way or another, it's never really fun to watch a game be particularly one-sided. Does make for at least a little bit of a break on the vocal cords here, not having quite the same kind of pressure. Here's Gillis with the puck now. He'll play it over to McGilvery. McGilvery's pass a little bit too far in front of his intended target. That was Rolston. Rolston gets to it in the corner. Now McGilvery comes over, picks up. As we approach 4 minutes left to go. McGilvery throws it off the side of the net. It'll get picked up by Irving. Irving, his pass ahead for Campbell. Campbell cutting to the outside, trying to cut through now. Had nobody up there with him to give the pass to, though. And McGilvery will start it up the other way. He has the puck knocked off his stick by Irving. Played ahead to Fitt. Fitt gets it away from Gillis. Irving heading towards the net. Fitt carries the puck. Fitt looking to go back door. Fitt elects to shoot it himself. And he scores. So the score now 6-2. And that goal means that the goal differential for the Blues comes down by 1. Goal scored at about 11:20 of the period by Noah Fitt. But here come the Blues right back the other way. A chance for Roberts, and that steered aside. And again, because it's in the third period, we continue to go straight time, even though the margin comes back down to 4. Here's Seymour with the puck. He'll bring it in. Able to pick up the loose puck is Flynn. He has it knocked off his stick by Murray. Murray out in front. That'll get cleared away. And the Blues, out they come. Here's Roberts. He lets it go. Roberts, and what a save by Jamieson as Neal made the pass back to Roberts. Jamieson makes the save and keeps it a 4-goal game now, 2.5 minutes left. Here's Murray in across the line. He'll drop it off. Ferguson has it taken away from him by Haverstock. Haverstock loses his footing. Ferguson comes over, steals the puck, gives to Murray. Murray trying to get it over to Seymour. That goes off of McDougall. McDougall tries to give Murray a bump, but ends up going down himself. Now Murray comes out to the front, tries to throw it through the crease, and it ends up coming all the way to the near side. Irving gets an assist on that goal by Noah Fitt. All right, they give the time of the goal as 11:39. I had it at about 11:20. And again, when it's running time, it's a little harder to get the exact timing on a goal, but nevertheless, Fitt from Irving makes it now 6-2, still in favor of the Blues. Puck cleared out to center. Getting it there is Ferguson. He's got Kennedy with him, but Ferguson can't get a shot away as Hogan was there to help break that up. Into the final 80 seconds. McGilvery has it knocked off his stick. Hogan following up. Puck ends up going out of his reach. Roberts will dump it down into the Crusher zone. Goes off the side of the net there with a shot from a sharp angle by Haverstock. That's not Haverstock. That was Beto. Now McGilvery with a shot. That goes well wide. Into the final minute. Beto delivers a check. Puck sent towards the net. It'll be batted away by Jamieson. Now Como trying to work himself into some space into the final 45 seconds. Como carries it ahead. Tries to feather a pass through for Kennedy. It was knocked down by Hogan, and McGilvery gets it back down into the Crusher zone. Como in the corner. 32 seconds left. Pass back to Hogan. Hogan at the near wall. He'll fire it around in behind the net. Roberts takes a bump from Como there. Now Como behind the net. 20 seconds left. Loses the puck. Comes back to the line. McLean tees it up. And getting a blocker on that one is Jamieson. Roberts back on it again. Tries to center it. That's broken up by Chislett. And now out to center it comes. 5 seconds remaining, and the Blues will finish off their round robin with a 3-0 record as Chislett delivers a hit right at the horn. Final score 6-2 for the Blues. White team, they finish with a record of 3-0. The Crushers will finish with a record of 0-2-1. And we'll get the handshakes and then the presentation of the players of the game. And that will be followed up by the next game, which will be the Northside Vikings taking on the Pictou County AA Crushers. So again, the final score in this one, 6-2 in favor of the Bedford Blues white team. On behalf of my awesome cameraman, Kess, this is Michael Petter saying, may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score, once again, Blues 6, Crushers 2. Stick around right now for the presentation of the players of the game. As we await that announcement. James Ferguson gets player of the game for the Crushers. He assisted on one of their 2 goals, and he also was all over the ice working hard all game long. The player of the game for the Bedford Blues, number 50, Adam Dill. And Adam Dill, no big surprise there. 2 goals. He also, I thought, had an assist, but it didn't get added onto the score sheet. And so the Bedford Blues white team, once again with the 6-2 victory. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes for our next game. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon.